Hi guys, hope you're well. Okay, we're gonna make a really delicious, nutritious, super quick chicken meal. This is marinated chicken with lemon and spices, grilled on a char grill and served with smashed sweet potato and beautiful sprouting broccoli with a little olives. Let's get into the spirit and the idea behind a marinade. Down here, we have got spices, black pepper here, paprika, cayenne, we got the turmeric, and a little seasoning of salt. Take this as a recipe, and if you don't like the spice, you can pull it back. You can try different spices. You can make it your own. So I'm gonna grate some garlic in here. Take my little lemon, cut in half, lemon to one side. The fragrant skin is unbelievably tasty. We'll squeeze the lemon juice in, like this. I'm just gonna finely chop the parsley here. And in it goes. And then just a little piece of onion. There's acidity in the onion, and this acidity works in marinades to really help penetrate the flavor in. I've got a little bit of tomato puree here, just a little heaped teaspoon like that. And then we'll start bringing it together. And normally I'd use an olive oil, but I'm using rapeseed oil here. Look at that. Right, that is flavor right there. Get your chicken breast, cut that chicken breast in half. I'm gonna get that marinade, rub it all over. And of course, if you could leave this in the fridge overnight, fantastic. So I've got a griddle pan on full whack. We're gonna go in to the char grill like this. Also, I've got the lemon here. We're gonna char grill that. And this is interesting because when you char grill a lemon, instead of just getting acidic lemon juice, you get sweet and sour. So guys, look, let's have a little look. This has had about a minute and a half. Look at the color, guys, look at the color. And that is flavor. It's caramelizing, look at that. So I wanna kind of pair it up with sprouting broccoli here. Boiled sweet potato, gonna smash it. And let's plate up. Very simple midweek dinner that's tasty and really, really healthy. That is done. Look at that, guys. Some nice sprouting broccoli here, little olives. If you just break over just a couple, the flavor is phenomenal. Got the lemon that's char grilled. Just finish that of that lovely rapeseed oil. Squeeze that lemon over the top. Should we have a little try? Yum. Very, very good. That's absolutely delicious. A lovely, quick, midweek meal, full of flavor, full of flavor. And if you want more inspiration, go to jamieoliver.com. We've got loads of recipes, loads of chicken recipes. But guys, get marinating. It's great. Take care. Hi guys, hope you're well. We're gonna make the most beautiful tray-baked chicken with Indian spices and veggies. It's absolutely gorgeous. It feels naughty, but it's really, really healthy. It's 3 of your 5 fruit and veg a day. It's really affordable, and it's a great dish you can get in one tray, whack in the oven, go and do something for 40 minutes, and then you've got a feast to feed the family, right? So it's a really nice shareable dish. Pan on, kettle, boiling water, hack up some potatoes, about inch dice. So into a tray, we're gonna go in with olive oil. That's about 1.5 tablespoons. We're gonna go in with the mustard seeds and the curry leaves, okay? And I'll just hold on the turmeric to start with. So along with all these lovely fresh ingredients, we want fragrance, those amazing flavors of India. So I'm gonna use some ginger here and get it fine. You're gonna get heat from that because ginger is hot. We're gonna put in the ginger. You can move it around. Now I'll get that turmeric in, but I didn't want it to burn earlier. So we got like 2 teaspoons of turmeric. So I'm gonna use 4 cloves of garlic on a gentle heat, and we're just bringing out the flavors of all those things. Chicken thigh. I'm gonna go skin on, and I'm just gonna have 1 nice big thigh per portion in there. So the potatoes here, and I'm just gonna let these steam. They've been cooking about 5 minutes now, right? So they're tender. Next up, all we're gonna do is just chop veg. So roughly, we are gonna slice up the veg into about 1-inch chunks. And what we can do is start just adding this as we're prepping this, right? So we've got a lovely orange pepper here. We'll have a red pepper as well, full of lovely vitamins. And of course, when they roast, they go sweet. Onion, always in the base of so many dishes. So I'm just gonna roughly chop. I'm adding chili now, and this spice kind of combination here is really mild. It's spicy, but it's not hot. We've got some beautiful tomatoes. So in we go, a lovely recipe, a nice start, middle and end. We're gonna season it with some salt and pepper. Last but not least, go in with the potatoes. You can imagine how tasty this is gonna be, right? And then if we go and get our chicken, you know, we've already started frying that chicken skin. The bonus of this dish, of course, is that everything just flavors each other. Mix that around, amazing colors. You just know it's gonna be good for you. Put the chicken on top. So that is now gonna bake in the oven for about 45 minutes, okay? So while that's cooking, I wanna show you how to make a super quick, delicious mint, chili and ginger yogurt, okay? So come over here and have a look at this. Simply get a regular sort of bunch of mint, which is normally about that size. Just rip the head off, okay? We're gonna go in with about 150 mils of good quality yogurt. And then we're gonna go in with some chili. We want a bit of heat there. So I'm just gonna break up about half a chili is perfect. So in with a tiny little piece of ginger and then a nice little pinch of salt. Whiz that up. Beautiful flavor, so fragrant. I'm just gonna squeeze in the juice of about half a lemon there. And there you go. That's the yogurt sauce. Time to plate up a beautiful tray bake. And look at that. Amazing colours, beautiful colours, almost looks like autumn. You've got the crispy skin here. I actually love to have like a nice simple salad, you know, just a baby spinach salad. I'll use this, it's all washed and ready to go. We'll go in with a couple of spoons of our lovely dressing. Nice and simple, really nice contrast of colours. A little one for me. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why I'm dressed up like this, I'm going to parents' evening tonight at school. So I've got to dress up and be a bit smarter and responsible. You know, now I've got slightly older kids, I still want to keep an eye on what they're eating because I'll always be their dad. But at the same time, it's quite nice for them just to kind of help themselves. Loads of veg, controlled sat fats, good quality meat, beautiful spices. We can finish it all off with some coriander. You know, you can put that yogurt just in and around the lovely roasted veggies and the chicken, and it works so well. Now let's get a little fork and have a little try. What we got here, a bit of potato. Nice delicate spices. You know, the aubergine's kind of soft, but it's kind of spongy, really, really good. And then, excuse the knife, really, really good. Crispy skin, love it. So I'm gonna do a beautiful superfood curry from my new cookbook, Jamie's Everyday Superfoods. This dish is super exciting because we're gonna be steaming cauliflower, we're gonna be boiling rice, we're gonna be roasting the chicken, we're embracing herbs, we're embracing spices. This food is gonna fill you up with the good stuff. First job, we're gonna get the rice on. So one of the easiest trade-ups that you lovely people can do to get healthier is go from your white pastas, white breads, you know, white rices to whole grain. It's got more fibre, it's actually got a more complex flavour. It does need more cooking, so you're going from like a 10-minute rice product to something that maybe takes 20. So 100 grams of rice goes in, a little pinch of salt. So got the rice on, we're gonna whack the colander on to sort of make use of one pan, a little trick there. I'm gonna use cauliflower. Go through the stalk, let's just leave it in little quarters like that. Whack that into the colander. The leaves, throw in there as well. Lid on, so we're cooking rice and we're steaming cauliflower as well. Now, I've got some lovely organic yogurt, 3 tablespoons, and I'm gonna make a very simple dressing. I got 15 grams, a little handful of mint here. Take the little center leaf out of here, and we're gonna put that to the side. And then these bigger leaves here, throw into the liquidizer. Season it with a little salt. I want the juice just half a lemon. But often people take the juice and throw the outside away. This zest here is quite nice. That's more flavour. Let's go in there. I'm gonna squeeze the lemon juice through my hands to catch any pips. Okay, so let's whiz it up. You're gonna get an amazing colour, like a beautiful pastel green, so refreshing to eat. Oh, It smells incredible. So that can go straight into a little dish. Cauliflower, nearly there. I just want to take the rawness out of it. Just sort of like 5–10 minutes is cool. We're going to go back into this dirty liquidizer. Don't bother washing it up. I'm going to add 3 tablespoons of gorgeous yogurt in here, and I want to make a marinade, okay? 2 cloves of garlic. Bit of ginger, about 3 centimeters. Just whack that in. Pinch of salt and pepper. Then we're going to spice it up. A gorgeous tablespoon of curry powder, okay? Have a look at that. Smells amazing. The same amount of turmeric. It's a massive anti-inflammatory. Tablespoon of balsamic vinegar. It's not classic at all, but it's got a real kind of twang and richness that I love. Use the other half of the lemon. Waz this up again. But this time we're getting big colour. That wonderful orange colour, garlic, ginger. That is done. Oh, so get yourself a nice roasting tray. Go in with the amazing yogurt marinade. What I want to do is create surface area on the chicken. See how one end is thin and one end is fat? We can balance out that thickness. Let's just do a little patchwork quilt. Let's just score the chicken at that fat end. Just go down about ½ centimetre. And that's going to allow you to create surface area, which equals crunch and character. I want you to get little burnt bits, because there's a fine line between burnt bits and perfection. Tip this chicken into that marinade. Perfect time to introduce the cauliflower is now. While it's lightly cooked, it's so open to carrying flavours. So rice is still cooking, fine. Just give it a little shake. Toss up your collie. Some of that yogurt will just simply burn on the bottom. And then some of it's going to cling to the chicken and the cauliflower. You can get that flavour right in there. Lightly season it from a height with some salt, not too much. A little bit of pepper. There's a few little extra things you can do. So this is black mustard seeds. These will soften and give amazing flavour. This is what they make mustard out of. Sprinkling them from a height and they will make a difference. The same with cumin. Just a little pinch, sort of a teaspoon. Whack that in the oven, at the top of the oven by the way, at 220 degrees Celsius, gas mark 7. So it's been cooking for about 13 minutes. Let's have a little look. It's looking good. This rice has now had about 25 minutes. Let's load it up, baby. Really, really, really nice. Let's get the chicken out now. That's exactly what I want. These little charred bits here, these little caught bit here and burnt bits here. Lovely attitude. Get some nice baby spinach in and around the plate like this. Chisel around, and you're gonna get crispy bits. You're gonna get little bits of, see how this sort of yogurt just kind of cooked on the bottom. It's delicious. I'm going to put the chicken on the board here. Cauliflower goes in. Look at the colours, white, green, yellow. With the chicken, slice it up nicely. Have a look at this. Really, really good. This gorgeous mint dressing here. Fill those cups of spinach up. We've got the dressing on. 1/4 or half of finely sliced chilli. Absolutely delicious. Sprinkle these on top. You've got carbs, you've got protein, you've got beautiful citrus and herbs in there, you've got your veg in there. This is rattling in at about 550 calories. Those lovely mint sprigs, this is when we sprinkle it on top. Enough talking, let's get a little bit of everything. So good. You don't want to eat healthy food because someone tells you to. It's got to be delicious, it's got to make sense. It's good though. Hi guys, we're going to make the most delicious Harrisa chicken tray bake. It's a beautiful, colourful Mediterranean style meal full of flavours. It's from my book, Jamie's Quick and Easy 5 ingredient foods. It's all about 5 ingredients working really hard, best friends, okay? So we've got chicken, beautiful sweet peppers, onions, mint, and we've got the most important ingredient, Harrisa. So good. A lovely mixture of chilies and spices, delicious. Look at these peppers. They're so beautiful. Just push in the little core. I want to get rid of the seeds and then just tear it up into rough sized chunks. So I've got 2 onions here. Cut them into quarters. Kind of unpick them like little petals. Mix this up. Look at the colours. So beautiful. Season it, nice sea salt, pepper as well. We're going to go in with some extra virgin olive oil, just a couple of nice tablespoons, and a little swig of vinegar. Vinegar really helps to bring the flavour out of everything. And then you get the sweetness from the peppers and onions and the sourness from the vinegar, sweet and sour. So it's going to taste absolutely amazing. And then I'm going to use some harissa. Now harissa is a North African paste, chili paste. they come in different flavors, but basically it's pounded up dried chilies with oil and different versions of spices, and the flavor is phenomenal. 4 nice teaspoons goes into our tray here, and you can rub it on vegetables, on fish, and in this case it's going all over the chicken and peppers, and that will make all the difference. Give this a nice little mix. Then I've got a little trick for the chicken. Put it in the tray. Hold it nice and firmly, and then get the tip of the knife at the top of the carcass and run your knife down. Let the knife do the work. Carefully cut that down, and then we can open it up like a book. Now the legs take longer to cook than the breasts, so we can intervene, and what we can do is cut right down to the bone, right, to allow the heat in, but not just the heat, the flavor, right? So what we're doing is we're evening up the cooking times, we're making it look more appealing, and literally I'm rubbing the harissa and the oil and all those flavors inside and outside the chicken. The flavor's gonna be so good. And then we're gonna lay that chicken on top of the veggies. Let me wash my hands. A little bit of sea salt on top, and then in the oven we go for 50 minutes to an hour at 180 degrees Celsius, which is 350 degrees Fahrenheit. And when that cooks, it's gonna be amazing. The chicken will cook into the veg will steam up and flavor the chicken. It's a beautiful, beautiful harmony. You're gonna love it. Look at that. The smell is amazing. And the way I love to serve it is actually on a really nice rustic board. Beautiful veggies. That harissa has mixed with all the stuff that would normally make a beautiful gravy. So you get this sauce, and you just want to scrape that down and then put that back over the chicken. Look at that. Beautiful fresh mint over the top, so fragrant. Absolutely gorgeous. Look how juicy it is. You've got crispy skin here. So good. Chili and the spices and all the sticky goodness. Serve that with some rice, little flatbreads, tacos, you know, some nice little couscous. Absolutely beautiful. Guys, give that a go. It's so tasty. What are you waiting for?
Okay, dinner time, guys. And I have a great one here for you. I've taken an Italian classic and given it my superfood twist. This chicken and sweet potato cacciatore is a hunter's stew. Rich and satisfying, this hearty meal will fill you up with the good stuff, and all at only 421 calories per portion.
I bet you never thought it could be super healthy and balanced and tick all of those boxes. Yes, I've done it for you. First up, we want some smoky pancetta. Look, it's tiny, thin, little slithers like that. Will it make a difference? Yes, it will.
Slice it up into little matchstick-sized pieces. Then heat a tablespoon of olive oil on a medium heat, and in it goes.
And as it starts getting crispy, I've got some rosemary here, just a couple of sprigs. I've got some bay leaves. This makes all the difference. And herbs do so well in oil. That's how they transmit all their flavour.
Next, finely slice 4 cloves of garlic.
Instead of using loads and loads of oil and the calories going up and up and up, just clever little tips like angling it like that. You can cover all of those bits of garlic. The smell, by the way, is already incredible. We can go in with the 4 chicken thighs here. 1 nice thigh per person. You've got the bone there for flavour. Just by getting skinless thighs, you're reducing the saturated fat straight away.
We're going to roughly chop an onion into 1/8. Onions are a simple way to pack in flavour without loading up the calorie content. Then, roughly slice the white of a leek, split the green part, wash it thoroughly, and finely chop it. Leeks are a great source of vitamin K, which helps bone strength.
What I'm going to do now is I'm going to add something that's not in the classic recipe, just a little bit of chilli. I only want a half, okay? So I'm just going to split this chilli all the way down, and some parts of Italy where I've had this classically done, of course they wouldn't have originally had chilli, but they had black peppercorns and they go quite heavy on it. So I'm just going to kind of reenact that a little bit, and I'm going to put a half in, and the point is this: I'm not going to chop it up so everyone gets it, but I'm going to lose it in the bottom of the pan, and it's just going to be this lovely little hum that adds character to the whole dish. And then at the end, you can take it out, and if you want to chop it up and put it back in, you can, and it's a nice little extra. Okay, so this is softening up beautifully, and that softening is going to create sweetness and flavour and depth. So investing in this part of the stew is really, really important.
I want to add some chestnut mushrooms, so I'm trimming 100 grams of them.
So with the mushrooms, what I'm going to do is just take the end off like that, and I just find that just by removing that, you get this beautiful, beautiful sort of cross-section of the mushroom. And when that's on the top of the casserole, it just gets gorgeous, and I love it. And then these kind of offcuts and trim, there's so much flavour in there. So we just chop it up, throw it in, and it'll get lost in the sauce and be absolutely fantastic. And then on to the sweet potato. I'm just going to cut off little inch chunks like this. And the reason I'm just cutting them quite chunky like this is I want nice, meaty, chunky bits. And as that roasts and kind of stews, it's just going to be less like a vegetable, more like a protein, more like a meat. Let's turn the heat up now, and let's get some sizzle on. And that's when you want to add about 250 mils of some decent Chianti. And if it's good enough to drink, it's good enough to go in here. It's important now to season with a little salt and pepper, and then we'll just adjust it a little bit later. And then one thing that I nearly forgot, 8 olives, okay? Just 8, that's all you need. And I think sometimes we think about olives almost the wrong way. So olives, when you buy them, don't get the ones with the holes in, right? They're salty, they won't taste very nice, and they're never that good, okay? Get the ones with the stones in, different story. And then all you have to do is just squash them with your thumb, and we'll take that pip out, and the flavour's extraordinary. It's kind of not in there to be an olive, it's a sort of seasoning. Go in with 2 tins of tomatoes, and once you've done that, let's half fill these tins and get all the last sort of remnants out of the tin, but also we do need a little bit of water as well. And then just break those tomatoes up, and then we're just going to give it one last little stir. Just look at that. That is beautiful. That's an amazing one-pot dish. You know, 10, 15 minutes just to put it together.
Now that's going in the oven at 190 degrees Celsius, which is 375 degrees Fahrenheit or gas mark 5 for an hour.
I'm very excited about this. Look at that. First up, look at the way I cut that sweet potato. Just by having a big chunk, it's cooked differently. If you chop it up small, it goes like something you'd see in a soup. But like that, it's just kind of substantial and gorgeous. And you can see that little bit of effort on the mushroom just looks super pretty. Got some lovely, simply cooked seasonal greens. Anything you like, anything you can get your hands on is always nice with a lovely stew like this. I'm going to serve it with a slice of bread, but remember, you know, this is beautiful with rice, this is beautiful with polenta, pasta, mashed potato, so kind of take it your own way. That is proper food right there.
This really is an easy-to-make, delicious dinner packed full of the good stuff. Bigging up that humble hero that we need to get onto, the sweet potato.
Let's get in there. First of all, let's just check the chicken. Has it gone gorgeous and tender? Yes, it has. Look at that. That's exactly what I wanted. Lovely, tender chicken. So good. I like getting the old bread and just using it to mop up all the little bits, the sauce. Super good.